Good morning to everyone available here with this session, right? So in this class, we are going to discuss about our DC motor, that is unit 3. Right? So now we are going to discuss unit 3 and the topic here is DC motors, right? So coming to this topic, so here we are having a DC motor, right? Consider it is a DC motor, and here there is armature and brushes, right? So the input of a DC motor will be an electrical supply, because motor is nothing but it is a device which is going to convert an electrical energy into mechanical energy, right? So that is a motor, right? So as per this definition, we are saying that we are going to give a DC supply to the motor terminals. We are going to give the DC supply to the motor terminals, but in practical, in practical cases, we cannot able to give the motor connection as shown here, right? So in between, there should be some component available. There should be some component available, right? So what is the need for that component, right? What is the need of that component? Because it is a DC supply. Since it is a DC supply, the current will be very much highly, it will be flowing in the DC motor at the time of starting, because at starting, the speed of the motor will be zero, right? The speed value will be 0 RPM, right? When the speed value will be 0, then what happens? A more amount of current will be flowing from the DC supply to the motor, right? So this may damage the component of the motor here, right? So in order to overcome this drawback, what we are going to do here is we are going to have a starters. We are going to have a starters, and this component is nothing but the starter component here, and this is nothing but a starter, and this is nothing but the starter here, right? So now we want to know what is a starter, because the supply is given to the starter, and then from the starter only, then the supply is fed to the motor. So if it is the criteria, then we want to know what is the need of starter here, right? So the necessity of starter here is need or necessity, everything remains same. So the primary necessity of the starter is to limit the starting current, is to limit the starting current, right? So this is the ultimate need of the starter. The ultimate need of the starter is to limit the starting current which is flowing inside the machine, right? So this is an important criteria. So what is the need of starter? The need of starter is to limit the starting current which is flowing into the motor here. Now, how it is going to limit the starting current, right? We are saying that since it is a DC supply, the current will be highly flowing since the motor is under 0 RPM speed, right? It is not rotating, it is under rest condition at the beginning, right? At beginning, it is under rest condition, right? So we are going for the starter, and the starter need is to limit the starting current, right? So now the next one is how the starter are reducing its starting current to the motor, and how it is possible. So for that, we want to know Sorry for the inconvenience occurred here, right? So now, uh, if you want to know about the starter, how it is reducing the starting current, right? So it is a basic simple concept, right? So if you want to limit a current, what we want to do, we want to add a resistance to the circuit, right? So what is the ultimate use of the resistance? The ultimate use of the resistance is to limit the passage of current, right? The ultimate aim of the resistance is to limit the passage of current, right? So keeping with this in our idea, now we are going to discuss about the types of starter. We are going to discuss about the types of starter, right? So why we are going to discuss about the type of starter means because in case of DC motor, there is three different types of DC motor available, right? So if you want to start a series motor, if you want to start a series motor, if you want to start a shunt motor, if you want to start a compound motor, right? In all these three aspects, we need three different type of starter, right? We need three different type of starters here. So now coming to the 2-point starter, right? So the different type of starter is 2-point starter, which is going to start a DC series motor, right? So 2-point starter is used to start the DC series motor, and the next one will be our 3-point starter, and next one will be our 3-point starter, and this 3-point starter is used to start the shunt motor, is used to start the shunt motor, and the 4-point starter is used to start the compound motor, is used to start the compound motor here, right? Now we are going to discuss about one by one and how it is working here, right? Now, now consider it is a pictorial representation of a 2-point starter, right? So here is where we are connected our series motor, right? Series motor in the sense the feed winding and the armature has to be connected in series. The feed winding and armature has to be connected in series here, right? Now, and this is connected to the field terminal, and this one is connected to the field terminal F, right? And this another end of the field terminal is connected to the negative polarity of a DC supply. And coming to this positive polarity is connected to the line terminal, right? It is connected to the line terminal. See here, we are having only two terminals in the starter, that is line as well as the field, right? One is line and another one is field. So it is said to be as a 2-point starter, right? It is said to be as a 2-point starter. Now, if you consider now from the line terminal, it is connected to a overload relay, and this one is said to be as the overload relay here. Right? This is said to be as an overload relay, and this overload is connected to a handle, right? So what is this handle? Handle is nothing but by using this we are going to vary the resistance of the starter. By using this only we are going to vary the resistance of the starter, right? So in the handle, one end will be connected with the spring arrangement. One end will be connected with the spring arrangement here, right? So this end is connected with the spring arrangement, and the another end will have a iron piece. The another end of the handle will have a iron piece here, right? And then these are the resistance value. These are the resistance, right? These are the resistance value available, right? Now when this handle is in off position, when this handle is in off position, there is no flow of current is out because the circuit is not closed here, right? Now, when I move this position, when I move this handle from off position to the on position, right? When I move this handle from off position to the on position, what happens? The amount of resistance, how many amount of resistance is available? The amount of resistance available will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So totally 6 resistance will be available there, right? 6 resistor will be available in there, right? So what happens? Amount of resistance is very, very high. The amount of resistance is very, very high. Thereby the flow of current also will be very, very less here. Now again, we have to further move the handle from the on position to the position number 1. And then what happens? If it is moved to the position number 1, the amount of resistance available will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So totally only 5 resistors will be available. So previously we are having 6 resistor. Now we are having only 5 resistor. So what happens when the handle is moved from the off position to on position, and from on position to the position 1, and from position 1 to the position 2, and it goes on. When it reaches the position 5 and it goes to the position 1, there will be no resistance available. There will be no resistance will be available here. So what happens? The maximum amount of current will be flowing. The maximum amount of current will be flowing here. Now consider the position of this handle is with this run position. The position of the handle is comes to the run position. Previously the handle is in off position, and now the handle is in run position. It is fixed to the run position, right? So when it is fixed to the run position, what happens? See here, when it is fixed to the run position, this one will be a electromagnet, right? So this one is an electromagnet. This one is an electromagnet. So what is an electromagnet? Whenever there is a flow of current available, whenever there is a flow of current available, right, it behave as a magnetic material. It behave as a magnetic material. So what is the ultimate property of a magnetic material? It will attract the ion particles. It will attract the ion particles. So according to this, when the handle of the starter is moved from the off position to the run position, what happens? The soft ion in the handle will come in contact with this electromagnet, will come in contact with this electromagnet here, right? And this electromagnet is said to be as a no voltage coil. This electromagnet is said to be as a no voltage coil or a no voltage relay, right? So why it is named as no volt coil, right? So that will be our next question, right? So now we will discuss over it. Now see here, the handle is moved from off position to the run position. So now the motor starts to run here. Meanwhile, this one will behave as an electromagnet. So that what happens? The soft ion which is found in the handle will be attracted towards this electromagnet, such that the handle will not be released back once again to the off position. Right? The handle will not be released back once again from the run position to the off position, right? So for that only we are using a electromagnet here, right? So that is the ultimate here, right? So while moving the handle, we should not move it roughly, right? So we have to move it smooth and steady manner. We have to move the handle of the starter in smooth and steady manner. Suppose if you are moving it roughly, what happens? It may allow to sparking inside the starter. It may allow some sparking inside the starter. So in order to avoid all those drawbacks, we are going for this type of smooth and steady manner of moving the handle of the starter from off position to the run position. Right. So now what happens? Now consider the handle is in run position and the soft magnetic material is attracted towards this now no voltage coil. Right. Now now what happens? Now, due to some reason, right, due to some conditions, what happens? A huge amount of current is flowing, such that the machine is loaded with a heavy load condition. Right, the machine is coupled to a heavy load condition. What happens? A huge amount of current will be flowing inside this machine. Right. So, if it is the case, we have to protect this also. Right. We have to protect this machine also. So, to protect this machine, also the starter is helping us, right? Not only to start the DC motor, the second purpose, the ultimate aim is to limit the starting current, right? The ultimate aim is to limit the starting current which is flowing inside the motor. But the second one, what the second aim of the starter is to protect the DC motor during the over voltage condition or the overload current condition is available, right? So during this, suppose now consider this DC series motor is connected to a load, and this load will be of a high rating value, such that a huge amount of current is flowing through this field. Now a huge amount of current is flowing through this field now. If it is the case, what happens? See here, in this no voltage coil, there is two wires which is connected to this lever. There is two wires which is connected to this levers here, right? Now, similarly, this handle is connected to a overload release coil. This handle is connected to a overload release coil. Now, what I told, if a motor is load connected to a heavy load condition, what happens? A huge amount of current will be flowing inside the machine. That is, a more load current is passing to the motor. Now we want to prevent this motor. So what we are going to do in that condition, since a huge amount of current is flowing through this field, right? So this current is coming from where? From the line. This current is coming from the line terminal, right? So now what happens? A huge amount of line current will be entering into this electromagnet. A huge amount of line current will be entering into this electromagnet. If it is entering into the electromagnet, what happens? Right? This one also will behave as an electromagnet. This one also will behave as an electromagnet, right? So if it is electromagnet, what happens then? It may attract this lever. This may attract this lever. So this lever portion will be moved to the upward direction. The lever portion will be moved to the upward direction such that if you see in deeper, we can able to see that in the lever there is a small gap is available. In the lever there is a small gap is available in the iron piece. Between this point, between this dark black point and this iron piece, there is a small gap is available, right? There is a small gap is available. When this lever is moved upward, when this lever is moved upward, what happens? This lever will be in the contact with this no volt coil, right? So it leads a short circuit. It leads a short circuit, right? When the lever is moved upward, this gap will not be available. This will be connected to this lever. This wire connection will be connected to this lever. So what happens? There is a short circuit will be created. In the short circuit, what is the output voltage value? In the short circuit, the output voltage value is zero, right? So what happens in this region? In this region, due to the this effect of short circuiter, what happens here? There will be zero voltage only. Here we can have only zero voltage. If there is no passage of voltage to this coil, what happens? The magnetism will be reduced here. It won't behave as an electromagnet hereafter, right? It won't behave as an electromagnet hereafter, right? So if it is the condition, what happens? Previously it is a electromagnet. Previously it is an electromagnet, but now it is not an electromagnet, right? Since it is previously electromagnet, the soft ion in the handle of the starter gets attracted towards this magnet, but now it is not a electromagnet, right? So what happens? This one hereafter, this relay will not attract any ion piece here, so that it will release the handle to the run from the run position to the off position, right? It will release the handle from run position to the off position, right? So that the motor will not rotate, its speed will comes to the zero, right? So like this, the starter also is used to protect the motor, right? So the ultimate aim, right? The ultimate aim of the starter is to limit the starting current, right? So not only is to remove the starting current in the running condition, in the running condition, if any overload is occurring, in any overload is occurring in the machine, in that criteria also, the starter is now going to help the motor to prevent from its damaging, right? So that is about our 2 point starter, right? So just remember the working principle as a little bit of a short story, right? So I will tell it once again, just remember it, because if you understand this 2 point starter clearly, then 3 point starter, 4 point starter are more or less everything is the same principle, right? So I will tell once again this 2 point starter, right? This 2 point starter is having two terminal. One is L, that is line terminal. Another one is F terminal, that is field one, field terminal. And in this field terminal, we are going to wind the feed winding as well as the armature. Feed winding as well as the armature here. And this armature terminal is connected to the negative polarity, and the positive polarity is connected to the field, sorry, it is connected to the line polarity, right? Line terminals. And this line is connected to the overload relay release coil. This is connected to the overload release coil, right? Now, and this overload release coil further it is connected to the handle of the starter. It is connected to the handle of the starter, right? Now, initially the handle position will be in off condition. Initially the handle of the starter will be in off condition, right? Now, we have to move, right? It won't move automatically. We have to move the handle from the off position to the on position, right? So what happens? The resistance value, the starting resistance value, right? This nothing but the starting resistance value will be higher when the handle is in on position. The starting resistance value will be higher. In that case, if the resistance is higher, what happens? Only a small amount of current will be entering, right? When the small amount of current is entering, what happens? The motor starts its speed from zero, right, to some value of the RPM, right? When further increasing the resistance value, that is the position. When further increasing the position of the handle of the starter, what happens? The starting resistance will be further reduced. The starting resistance value will be further reduced, and it reaches to the position of the run condition, right? And it reaches the position of the run condition. When the handle reaches the position of the run condition, what happens? It may reach its rated speed. The motor may reach its rated speed such that the soft ion is found in the handle of the starter is get attracted towards this electromagnet. It gets attracted towards this electromagnet, right? Now, now the condition is now it's up to now it is okay. The motor is running at a rated speed. Now, if it is a case where the motor is coupled to a load, right, and the load is now increasing beyond its rated value. Now, what happens? It is a may make some damage to the machine. So in that case, what we want to do here is what the starter is doing, right? The starter what doing is since a huge amount of current it is going to draw from the DC supply, what happens? This will behave as a electromagnet such that the lever will be moved upward, such that the lever will be moved upward. If the lever is moved upward, a piece of ion which is found in a triangle shape will be get in contact with these two terminals, will be get in contact with these two terminals, right? Initially there will be a space between these two terminals, right? But now when the lever is moved upwards due to this electromagnet, what happens? There is a short circuit will be occurring. So during this short circuit, what happens? We know in a short circuit the output voltage value is zero. So according to this criteria here, if we come to the electromagnet, the output voltage is zero, right? So this one will not behave as an electromagnet hereafter, right? Since it is not behaving as a electromagnet, the handle will be released back to the off position suddenly, right? While moving only, we have to move step by step from the on position, position 1, position 2, position 3, position 4, position 5, and then run condition in smooth and steady manner. But by turning off, we should not pull that. We should not pull the handle from run condition to the off condition. As once it's no voltage coil is not behaving as a electromagnet, the iron piece will not be attracted towards this one, right? It will be removed from the run condition to the off condition, right? So it will automatically move from the run position to the off position. There is no need of to pulling from the run condition to the off condition by manually, right? It is an automatical process when it is not behave as an electromagnet, right? When the no voltage coil is no over an electromagnet, the iron piece will be not attracted. So it moves from the run condition to the off condition automatically, right? Now, so if it goes to the off condition, what happens? There is no flow of current to the motor. So automatically the speed of the motor will be reduced and then it goes to the zero condition, right? Zero position speed, right? So that's all about the 2 point starter. Now coming to this drawback, right? So next one is the 3 point starter. So why we are going for the 3 point starter means if there is any two drawback in the 2 point starter, then only we are going for the next version of any product, right? Suppose if you are buying a car, right? If you are buying a car, what happens? If in 2020 you are buying a car, right? So in 2025, what happens? The next version of the same, it may be a Maruti or a Datsun or anything, right? It may be so. The next version of the car will be available. So now what happens? If they will identify some drawback in the product and they will be rectify that product, right? So they will be upgrading. So how we are going to upgrade this one? If there is any drawback, we have to mention that. So what is the drawback of the 2-point starter? See here, we are able to connect to, there is only two terminals. There is only two terminals, right? So we can able to connect only two terminal motor. So the two terminal motor is a series motor. The two terminal motor is a series motor here, right? So if you want to connect a shunt motor or if you want to connect a compound motor, it is not possible, right? It is not possible here, right? So if it is the case, then what we want to do? We want to go for a 3-point starter. We want to go for a 3-point starter here, right? So this is a circuit diagram of a 3-point starter. Coming to this 3-point starter, right? So if you see here in the starter terminals, we are having a terminal L, we are having a terminal F, we are having a terminal A. So totally we are having a 3 terminals such that we can able to connect a shunt motor, right? We can able to connect a shunt motor here, right? So these two, right? These two F terminal and A terminal, F is for the field and A is for the armature of the motor here, right? F is for the feed of the motor and A is for the armature of the motor terminals, right? And L automatically stands for the line of the power supply, line voltage of the power supply here, right? Now, now the operation, right? The operation will be similar, right? There is no difference here, right? The operation coming back, the only difference is we are having a another one terminal, that is armature. Previously in 2-point starter we are having a field terminal, right? In case of the 3-point starter we are going to have an armature terminal, one extra, right? One extra terminal here we are going to have. Now coming to the operation remains very similar, right? So in coming to the operation, so now after closing this DPS switch, what happens? We are ready to move the handle of the starter from the off position to the on position. We are ready to move the handle of the starter from the off position to the on position. So while moving the handle, how we have to move? We have to move it slow and in a steady manner. We have to move the handle in slow and steady manner, such that if you are moving in a quicker manner, it may lead to sparking, right? It may lead to sparking inside the starter, right? Such that we have to move the handle of the starter from off position to the position 1, right? If it moves to the position 1, what happens? All the resistance will be counted in the circuit so that the starting resistance will be very, very high. So the motor speed is very, very less here. Now what I want to increase the speed of the motor such that I am moving the handle from the position 1 to the position 5. I am moving the handle from the position 1 to the position 5 and then moving to the on position. So now the handle is moved from off position to the on position, right? Now what happens? Same concept only here also. Here this no voltage relay coil will behave as an electromagnet such that the soft ion which is found in the handle of the starter gets attracted towards this, gets attracted towards this electromagnet, right? Such that it won't come back once again to the off position, right? Now, now when this condition is achieved, what happens? The shunt motor is now running at the rated speed. The shunt motor is now running at the rated speed here. Now, if we connect a load, right? So if the load is at the required limit, so there is no problem of worrying about that, right? So the load current also will be less only flowing inside the motor. Suppose if the load is increases beyond its rated value, what happens? A enormous amount of current will be drawn from the power supply and it will be fed to the motor. So this may damage our machine here. So in order to avoid all those things, when it is observing, when it is taking the supply from the voltage terminal via the line point here, it enters into the overload relay coil. It enters into the overload relay coil, right? So that what happens, it behave as an electromagnet such that the lever will be moved upward, such that the lever will be moved upwards. If the lever will be moved upward, and this triangle will be get in contact with this circuit, right? So previously this triangle will not be having any contact with this circuit. See there we can able to see a gap here. We can able to see a gap between these two point as well as the iron piece. When this huge amount of current is flowing through this electromagnet, what happens? The lever will be moved upward. The lever will be moved upward, and then this gap will be eliminated, and this one will be in contact with this circuit. So it behave as a short circuit, and then here no voltage will be available. Here there will not be any voltage available. So there is no passage of voltage to this instant. What happens? It won't behave as an electromagnet from that moment, right? So when there is no flow of voltage to this no voltage relay coil, it won't behave as an electromagnet, right? So it is not behave as an electromagnet means then what happens? The handle will be moved from the on position to the off position automatically, right? The automatically word is important, right? You should not mention we have to remove the handle from off position to the on position manually. No, it is not correct. As soon as the no voltage relay coil is de-energized, right? When the no voltage relay coil is de-energized such that no voltage is flowing due to the short circuit occurred here, if there is no voltage is found, then automatically what happens? The magnetizing property will be eliminated. So it will be demagnetized. So the iron particle will be not be attracted hereafter, right? So it moves from the on position to the off position automatically, and then the motor will be protected here, right? So this is the working of the 3-point starter, right? Now the next one is the 4-point starter. The next one is the 4-point starter, right? So if there is any drawback in the 3-point starter only, we are going for the 4-point starter. So what is the drawback in the 3-point starter? If we see in deeply, we can able to see that this field coil, right? This field coil is in connected with the no voltage release coil, right? The feed coil is connected in series with the no voltage release coil. Suppose if there is any, if I want to increase the feed current, if I want to increase the feed current, or if I want to decrease the feed current, if I want to decrease the feed current, right? So what happens here? It will affect this region also. If I am decreasing the feed current by using a resistance, right? If I decrease the feed current by using a resistance, what happens? The no voltage release coil current also will be reduced, right? The no voltage release coil current also will be reduced. If the demagnetization is reduced, if the demagnetization is reduced such that this magnetic force is lesser than the spring force, right? So there will be two forcing acting here. One is the spring force, another one is the magnetic force of the release coil, no voltage release coil, right? So for the better working condition, the no voltage release coil magnetic force should be higher when compared to the spring force, right? So if I am reducing the feed current, if I am reducing the field current, what happens? This no voltage release coil magnetic force will be reduced, right? Suppose if the condition is occurring such that here the magnetic force will be less than the spring force, what happens? It will move the, right? It will move the handle from the on position to the off position. When the motor is running at the proper condition also, right? If the motor is running under the control strategy, under our control limit, then also the handle will be moving such that what is the condition? The condition is the magnetic forces which is found in the no water release coil if less than the spring coil. So this type of sudden removal will be occurring. So that may damage the load when it is connected to the motor, right? So in order to overcome that, so we need another terminal such that the feed has to be connected separately. It should not be connected to the no water release coil in serious manner. So for that, what we are going? We are going for the 4-point starter, right? If you see here in the 4-point starter, right, we are not connecting this feed winding in series to the electromagnet. We are not connecting the feed winding in series to the electromagnet. There is a resistance in parallel which is connected to the no voltage coil here, right? Which is connected to the no voltage coil, right? Now, again, the working under is very same, right? Only the difference is we are having a neutral terminal here. The only difference with the construction is we are having a neutral terminal here. Now, again, if I close the switch and I start, again the supply will come to the L. Again, this no load release coil will be energized, and from now we want to move the starter handle from the off position to the run condition in slow and steady manner, right? Such that in order to eliminate the sparking over here, right? Now what happens when it is coming to the run condition? This no voltage coil will behave as an electromagnet. This no voltage coil will behave as an electromagnet here, such that the iron piece which is found in the handle will be get attracted, right? So now such that the force, the magnetic force which is found in the no voltage coil should be greater than the spring force, right? The no voltage force, that is the no voltage magnetic force in the relay should be having a higher magnetic force than the spring force, right? Then only what happens, the iron piece will be get attracted, right, for a longer time, right? Now, when the handle comes to the run condition, right, what happens? Now what happens is compound motor is now rotating. The compound motor is now rotating, right? Suppose the speed is not coming to the limit. If the speed I want to run the machine to the rated speed. What happens? I am going to vary the feed current by using this variable rheostat. Variable rheostat. I am going to vary the current such that what happens? I can able to get the rated speed of a motor, right? Without affecting the no voltage coil. Without affecting the no voltage coil. That is important, right? Whereas in case of 3-point starter, if I want to vary the feed current, what happens? It is straightly connected to the no voltage coil, such that if I reduce the feed current, the magnetism will be reduced in this no voltage relay coil. In case of this 4-point starter, if I reduce the feed current, it won't directly impact on the no voltage relay coil, right? So if I reduce the feed current or if I increase the feed current, anything can do such that the no voltage coil will not get any impact over this variation of the feed current, right? Now, now what happens again? If the motor is connected to a load, the motor is connected to a load here. Now the load value will be suddenly increase or suddenly decrease, right? Even though it should be under our rated condition, right? So suppose it violates the limit. If the load current is violated from the boundary condition of the machine, from the rated current of the machine, what happens? This overload release coil will behave as an electromagnet, and it pulls the lever from the origin position to the upper position. It pulls the lever towards the upper position, right? So what happens? The triangle iron piece will be get attracted these two terminals, and finally it leads to a short circuit. So the working is similar, right? It leads to a short circuit. So the output of the short circuit will be zero, such that since the output of short circuit is zero, what happens? The no voltage coil will not get, will be demagnetized, right? So it won't get attract any iron piece here after, so that the handle which is connected in the run condition is just go back to the off condition automatically, right? Automatically is the important one, right? Without any manual work, it just moves from the run position to the off position when as soon as the no voltage relay coil gets demagnetized, right? So and then the motor will be protected from the overload condition, right? So this is the working of the 4-point starter, right? So in this case we can able to connect a compound motor. In this case we can able to connect a compound motor, right? Whereas in this case we can able to connect the both compound motor as well as the shunt motor, right? So why in case of 3-point shutter we can able to connect a compound motor as well as the shunt motor? Means suppose if I don't want to run the motor with a loader condition, right? If I correctly vary the load by manually, if there is no sudden increase in the load, there is no need to vary the feed current, right? There is no need to vary the feed current here, such that it won't affect the machine. Suppose if the machine is connected with the load, I want to vary the feed current such that always the machine should be running at the rated condition. Then we want to go for the 4-point starter, right? For the compound motor, right? Only for the compound motor, this 4-point starter. And this 3-point starter is only preferred for the shunt motor. And in some case, we can go for the compound motor, right? So that's all about our 2-point starter, 3-point starter, and 4-point starter here, right? So without the starter, we cannot be able to run our DC motor, right? So our ultimate aim is to limit the starting current, and then to protect the motor from the overloaded condition. And that is the second one. One is to limit the starting current, right? When the speed is zero. Another one is to protect the motor when the motor is running, right? With running nearly to its rated speed or some of the percentage of the rated speed also, right? The two condition, one is to limit the starting current, another one is to protect the motor from the overloaded condition. So for these two purposes, the starter is available. So without the starter, we cannot able to start the machine, right? So up to this now, I am going to stop this section. If you have any doubts, you can unmute yourself and you can ask me. Okay, no doubts. I will end the section here. Have a nice day. Thank you for everybody attending the section.